Hi guys, hi, welcome back to Flawed and Happy. I'm glad you're here. Do me a favor since you just got here. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, will you do so now and then hit the notification button? So, all right, let's just get right on to it. The Watts case. This is going to be episode 3. And I'm just going to kind of pick up a little bit from where I left off. So far we've covered friendship and we've covered communication. And communication is going to roll right into this next video as well. But one of the things that I really want to talk about, because, like I said, there's so many aspects to this case that I can relate with. Like, there's little pebbles of something relatable throughout different aspects of this case for me. And I'm sure it's that way for a lot of people, though, too. So Shanann really put herself out there on social media. A lot of pictures, a lot of videos, and I bet her family is so incredibly grateful for that now. They get that peace, and they get to always have that forever now. And that is the cool thing about social media today is we have the ability to be able to share things with others that we normally wouldn't share. We get to meet people that we normally don't get to meet. I mean, my gosh, look at the platform that you're watching me on right now. If it wasn't for social media, you wouldn't be looking at this and you wouldn't be listening, so thank you. Thank you for being here. But, Shanann utilized those platforms and she utilized social media and she put herself out there. And believe me, I'm just going to throw a disclaimer out there right now. Everything I am about to say, I'm either going to be speaking from facts of the documents that we have seen or my own personal experience. So, I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm not coming down on anybody, and I'm not trying to cut any industry down either. So just hang in there and just hear me out, okay? Shanann was utilizing social media for a specific reason. And I honestly believe that the biggest reason was because she is what we call a network marketer. Everybody is aware of what a MLM. We've all heard of MLM. They are multi-level marketing companies, and a lot of people are under the misconception that they're schemes, they're scams, and they're not. I'm not going to speak for all of them, but I do know for a fact that not all of them are. I do know that for a fact. And the company that Shanann belonged with is not. No, it's a legit company. And you can make money at it if you work. And that's what she did. She worked every single day. She was just out there. And for good reason. And I'll get into that. I'll explain that. So you guys are probably wondering, well, how do you know? I actually I was a promoter for the exact same company that Shanann was with. And I still use the product today. The product really does work and it is fabulous. It's wonderful. And I came into the program October 1st, 2015 is when I started the Thrive system. It's program, whatever. And that's when I started. I started as a promoter and I was really excited about it. I was really gung-ho about it. So I got on the calls because there's multiple calls. Once you become a promoter, there's calls you can dial into and you can listen. That's all I ever did was listen. And there's calls that the corporates will do, the CEOs, the owners of the company. They do them once a month and you can dial in and you can listen to those calls. And what the owners are doing is they're telling you, in a roundabout way, what you can expect without giving away any details. They keep that curiosity up, and they keep that excitement going. And another thing that we were taught is to utilize social media. We were told it really wasn't a set of rules like don't, and if you do, there's going to be a consequence. It wasn't like that. But what they say is, if you want to be successful, then you need to post about this. You need to post about that. If you want to be successful, don't post about politics. Don't voice your opinion. Don't let people know you really can think for yourself. No, they don't say that, but they could just as well. Instead, they tell you, post about your family. Sorry. Post about your family. No joke. I'm not joking. Take pictures of the material things you have in your life and post them on Facebook, or whatever social media platform you're using. And, yeah, they did. I was on these calls. I heard it with my own ears. I heard the CEOs and also other top promoters within the company saying, don't comment on things don't comment or post on things that could be controversial. Just certain topics, just off top of my head, is politics. Them can really kind of rev people up. Religion, that's another one that just kind of really, I don't know. I don't get it, but I don't understand why people can't just let other people just, have their voice and leave it at that. Agree to disagree if you don't agree, and there's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, getting back. So you are being told when you are a promoter, certain things to post and not post, certain things to, definitely take a picture of your sticker. I've been watching this case unfold on YouTube. I've gone through the documents, and so many people are calling them patches. We're told in the company, do not call it a patch. It is not a patch. It is actually called a DFT, dermafusion technology. And there's multiple ones to choose from. I'm not going to get into all that because that's not even what it's about. But I just thought I would throw that in there because, knowing about the product and knowing what I know about the product, I just find it a little humorous. I'm like, wow, look at all these people trying to talk about something that they don't even know anything about, but they tried, they tried. I wasn't brave enough though, to get in the comments and be like, hey, I can answer your questions for you if you really want me to. I did one time. And I know that specific creator's YouTube channel name, but I'm not going to throw it out there just yet. But I'll tell you what, I've gone back because when I logged in to YouTube that day and I'm zooming around and it showed up in my recommended or something. So I'm like, oh, they're live right now. And the way she was talking, it just kind of piqued my curiosity. I'm like, oh, I wonder what she's talking about. So I went into her live and she's talking about the Watts case. And I'm like, oh, imagine that. I think everybody is now. Now me too. But she was also, just as soon as I had gotten in there, and you know what, you guys, I believe everything happens for a reason. I do. As difficult as that may sound, I do. So I get into this live and I'm listening to them. Well, it's her, and I'm watching all the comments and, and everybody, and she's talking about the product and she's not accurate. And I'm like, I'm not an active promoter anymore at all. I do still have a promoter account. It's not as though I can't. I can if I want. I'll get into that though. But I do still take the product, and I have ever since October 1st of 2015. And the product is amazing, and the product works, and it works well, for what I take it for anyway. So I decided, okay, I'm getting in the comments here. So I did. I jumped in the comments, and I'm like, hey, that's not right. You got that wrong. Here, let me tell you, I've been taking the product for this long. And we actually got into a full discussion going, and they were really respectful, and they had questions, and I answered their questions, and they were asking about ingredients, and I told them about the ingredients, and and it was just a really nice experience, because a lot of people don't know what it is. They don't understand it. And in the beginning of this case, so everybody's grasping for straws because everybody wants to know, how did this happen? Why did this happen? How could he do this? What is that Thrive? What's in it? I think something in it caused this or did this, and I was watching this from over here in my corner, and I was just like, wow. I'm watching a lot of people trying to talk about something that they don't even understand. That's really unfortunate, but, it is what it is. And I don't blame anybody for that at all. Not at all, because had I not known what it was, I probably would have been like, oh my God, what if it was, So it is what it is. So getting back to being a part of the company. So when you're with a company, you're being told what to post about, and you want to appear to be positive, you want to appear to be successful, you want to appear to be gaining financially, especially if you're a promoter, especially. Because you don't want to be giving people that are watching your posts the impression that you're not making money. And you can. I mean, you honest to God can with this company. I on the other hand, it's really hard for me to be a part of a network marketing company because, and this is where it gets, when I say, like, there's some aspects of my life that are very similar with Shanann and Chris's life, what that life was, there is. I'm also married to a man that he doesn't even like social media at all. And here I am on a YouTube channel now. But he's not to the point where he's like, no, you can't have it. No, he's not like that. Not by no means. He don't like it. He doesn't, I'm not going to say he don't care that I'm on social media. He doesn't want me putting any specific aspects of our life out there. He doesn't want to be on there. So, that whole post about your family, talk about your family didn't work very well for me because, what we do, what our lifestyle is, I'm home. I work at home, and we're self-employed. So for me to talk about my day or to talk about, my life, my work environment, that would mean I would have to talk about him too. And he doesn't want me posting about what we do. He doesn't want me posting about our lifestyle. He doesn't want me posting about him. So I have to respect him for that. But at the same time, that doesn't leave me a whole lot to be able to post on social media about. You get what I'm going with this? Like, I can't post, I take pictures outside, and I mean, of course, I find things to post about, my dog, flowers, bugs, the yard, but what we do specifically, not very much. Definitely not any specifics, you know, and I do believe that people can overshare on social media. I really do. You know, I see a lot of people that overshare, you know, they are so engrossed and they got their sights on that goal with whatever it is, whatever company they're with. They got that goal in mind and they're just like zoned in and locked in on it, that they will overshare. Because, and if you watch your social media accounts, you know, we're at the middle of March right now. So start watching, because you're going to see an uptick. If you got people in your social media accounts that are network marketers, they're with these MLM companies. There's like thousands of them out there, literally. And I'm sure you probably know people that belong to an MLM. At the end, towards the end of every single month, you're going to see an uptick in posts. And there's a reason for that. Because the companies, most of the companies always come out with some type of like an incentive, or they'll come out with a sale, you know, because they want to get all those sales up, you know, get them up, get them up, get them up, you know. And being a part of Lavelle, one of the things that I really couldn't handle very well is I'm a high-strung person to begin with, if you haven't figured that out yet. I'm already kind of high-strung to begin with. I mean, that's just my personality. It's who I am. I'm a busy person. I like to be busy. I'm a doer. I like to keep doing. I like to be on the move. I like to, you know, keep going. I like to get stuff done. And so when I already have that type of a personality, and now I'm with a company that, you know, is behind you, and they're just like push you, push you, push you, push you. You know, that's how it feels. It's like boom, boom, keep going, keep going, keep going. You know, and it's like, oh my God, you guys, just relax, dude. You know, and I have encountered it with a lot of different promoters, from people on my own team to people on other teams, all the way up to the top. You get on these calls, you listen to these calls, and it's just like, you know, they make everything sound so desperate, you know, like it's a desperation. Your life is, they don't say it, it's just the way it feels. Your life depends on this. No, what they say is your success depends on this. You know, if you want to be successful, you know, they really push success, success, success. Okay, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm just going to hold off because, number one, I don't believe materialistic items make you successful in life. I don't believe being married makes you successful. Having kids makes you successful. No, you want to know what makes you successful? If you're a good person. If you don't set out to intentionally hurt people, to harm people, you're just an overall good person. You're honest. You're kind. You're loyal. And when I say honest, you know, that like honesty, like the word is up here, but oh my God, it can cover so many things. You know, like be the type of person that isn't afraid to voice what it is you got to say. Just voice it, you know. Don't worry so much about offending people because, I don't know, I didn't agree with them when it came to, you know, like they would say, don't be political. Stay out of politics. I mean, not that you shouldn't go vote. I mean, yeah, definitely. Like if you want to know about politics, well then yeah, you know, just don't post about it on social media. Don't put your opinion out there. Don't talk about it. You know, save that for those one-on-one conversations is what they're saying. Don't put it on social media where everybody's watching you, because, you know, even if people don't know what your product is and they don't necessarily like, they really don't want it, there's something in the very back corner of their head that's curious about it. So they keep watching and they're watching your posts. You know, that's true. They do. You know, so they want you to do a post about the product every day. How do you post about the product? You take a selfie and you show your sticker. Show your DFT. Yeah. And yeah, so you're supposed to be doing one product or business post every single day, and and you mix it up, and then once you get into this whole network marketing realm, it can get so confusing. There's so many companies out there, and you got so many top leaders now from multiple, we're talking like thousands of companies. And of course, every company says their product is the best, and they're going to tell you why it's the best. And every single top leader is going to tell you exactly how you're going to make it to the top. You got to do this and you got to do that. And, and you guys, it gets, I like being self-employed, but what me and my husband do with self-employment is not network marketing. It is not MLM, but we are self-employed. We have our own business, and I am a lot in the business. He is a lot in the business, but our jobs are different, if that makes sense. I have been a part of a network marketing company on and off since the age of 18. I've been with a few different companies now. One of them I was really successful in. And ironically, it was the first one when I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know what network marketing was. I just figured out a way that I was going to be able to make money, and I rolled with it. And I did. I was making money. It was how I supported my kids, being a single parent. And my kids used to leave every other weekend. So on the weekends that they were gone, I was having parties for the company that I was with. And I was having multiple parties. I had Friday night, all day Saturday, Saturday night, and all day Sunday before I had my kids back. So I was doing multiple parties all weekend long. And by Sunday night, I would rake in anywhere from $600 to $2,500 in one weekend. And I was doing that 2 weekends a month. It worked, and it worked really good, and it helped a lot. It helped me raise my kids. And I do like network marketing companies. I do believe that a lot of the products, depending on what it is you're looking for, you are going to find legitimate products. You are going to find good companies. I'm not going to say all of them are good, though. I'm not going to say that. I was going to say a word, but I think I'm going to flub it up because I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it. So anyway, my experience with network marketing has been good, and it's also been on the not so good end. I don't like pushy salesmen, so therefore I don't like to be a pushy salesman. And when you're a promoter with the company that Shanann was with, and I have a promoter account with that company today, I still have it. I'm just not, I can be active. It's free to be, your account is free no matter what. There's no website fees. So I came in as a promoter. I'm still a promoter. I'm just not active. I don't push. I'm not trying to go anywhere in the company. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. It's just not that important to me. And another thing that these companies tell you too is when you join is, set your goals. If you want to go somewhere, then set your goals. And I did. I set goals in the beginning, and what I couldn't handle was just feeling like I was constantly being pushed. They wanted me to get everybody I knew on the phone with somebody that I didn't even know. I'm sorry, but I can get on this video and I can talk and I can upload it, and you're going to be watching it, and I'm okay with that. But now when it comes time for me to be like, okay, I just met you and now you want me to get you on the phone. But when I do, I'm supposed to say, well, this is my friend. Boy, she's really awesome. She is an amazing woman. I'm sorry. Whoops. I'm sorry, but I can't be fake and phony like that. Like, I seriously can't. I got to know the person. I got to know the person. I got to get to know them, and I don't want to BS anybody about anything with whatever company it is, whatever the products are. First and foremost, I have to believe in the products and what Thrive, I do. I do believe in the product. So I'm not afraid to talk about the product. I'm not afraid to introduce people to the company. And once I got quite a few people that have joined as promoters underneath me, and they come in, and all you can do is just like let them get their feet wet and let them decide for themselves whether or not it's going to be a fit for them. I mean, it's just that simple. I'm not going to push somebody into doing something and just keep hounding them and hounding them and hounding them. I'm just not going to do that. It doesn't seem right or fair to me. If somebody really wants to do something, think about certain aspects of your own life. If you really want to do something, you're going to do it, right? You're going to find a way to do it. You're going to find a way. So if somebody's heart isn't really in something, you can't force it to be. Because then they're just going to get resentful towards you in the end anyway. So you just got to let them discover their own way. And I do the same thing with like network marketing too, I mean, all you can do is tell somebody the information, answer their questions, and then they'll decide. And if not, just keep on rolling. But not everybody is like that. There's some very pushy people in network marketing. Another thing that they tell you is, now to me, this is a little bit stalkerish, and I get leery when I get friend requests on Facebook, but they will tell you. And I'm not going to say, the company Lavelle themselves have ever said to do this, because I don't think I heard this from the CEOs themselves. I think it was just like top leaders in general that put themselves out there, and see what they're doing is you can pay them to be in a Facebook group where they're going to give you what they call trainings. I've never done that. I've never paid anybody to train me on anything. Not like that. Not for network marketing. Are you kidding? Why? I mean, no, I'm not going to do that. So I don't know what goes on in these trainings because I've never paid for one and I've never been in one, but they will put their little ads out there on Facebook, or they'll jump on their page. It don't cost nothing to be on a Facebook page. So you can like hit the like button and they'll go live on their pages, and they like try to entice you and get your curiosity up, so they're going to tell you a little bit and then they're going to like stop there. Now they're going to say, oh, but you know what? I'm going to have this 1 week training or this 2 week training, or, for this many dollars, you can join this group and you're going to have access to and da, da, da. And I'm like, oh, please. Really? You know what? This is where network marketing really turns me off, is because first of all, in order to be a part of a company, I don't care what company it is, you got to buy the product. So therefore it's never free, right? Because you can't sell something you've never used. So I mean, it's going to cost you money to start, to begin with, period. Whether you have to buy a kit in order to start that account, or if you have to buy your product, like with Lavelle, all you got to do is buy your product. No, I take that back. There is kits to buy, but those kits are your product that you're going to be using. So, yeah. Anyway, there's always money to start up. And I always believe too, I'm one personally, and this is just me. I mean, this is just me. Other people might disagree. I don't like paying a website fee. No, I don't want to have to pay a website fee to be a part of a company. I don't. I think it's ridiculous, personally. I'm buying your product and I'm introducing my friends and family to your business. And they are probably going to be buying the product too. So therefore, you're making way more money than what I am because I'm only making a percentage on what I sell. And because it's a multi-level marketing company, that means you have levels. So you have your main level directly under you, and then under them, and then under them, and then under them. And a lot of companies will pay, I guess it varies. A couple of companies I know for sure pay like 7 levels deep, which is pretty good. But where you're making a majority of your money is on that first level, so then the second level down, you'll make maybe half of what you're making as your first level. And then underneath that, you're talking single digit % of what you're making. But I'm not going to say you can't make money with any network marketing company, because you can, and they call it a passive income because a lot of companies have what's called an auto ship, or they may call it something else, a replenishment order, something. And so what they're banking on is that once that person starts using the product, they're going to like it and they're going to keep reordering. So you set it up on an auto ship and they make it sound like, it's going to be so beneficial to you. You're going to get a discount, and then it's going to ship out to you every 30 days or every 60 days. So you're going to be able to mark your calendar now. Sally over here is going to be having an order in October, and we got Jane over here. Her order is in December. So now you're going to be able to start marking your calendar and keeping track, and you'll have kind of an idea of what you're going to be making, but there's no guarantee they're going to stick to it. So I always like to stick with companies that don't lock you into an auto ship. That's one thing. If I'm placing an order for a very first time with a company and I'm seeing that I have to commit to, say, a second or even a third order, sometimes I won't order from that company. I won't, because of what happens if the product comes and I don't like it or it don't work for me. I want to be able to return that product and then cancel my auto ship, or my replenishment order, whatever. So when I'm looking at a network marketing company, that's another aspect I look at is, for number one, I'm not going to pay a website fee. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm not. If there's a website fee, I ain't paying it. I ain't joining that company. For number two, I have to believe in the product. I have to. So maybe instead of approaching me with the aspect, which I do get a lot of people that approach me and they're like, oh, join my company. This you can make so much money and da-da-da. For number, it's not about the money for me. It's not. First and foremost, I got to know the product works. That's it. First and foremost. So come at me and try to make me a customer first. So yeah, I mean, there's that. So when you look at, that's just my own personal experience and my own personal thoughts. And that's not even all of them, but I definitely enough. Holy cow. I've really gone off about this one. So when you look at that from that standpoint, and now you look back at the Watts case, Shanann was a network marketer. That is what we are called. She was a Lavelle Thrive promoter. She was a Lavelle promoter. All the standard terms. So she was utilizing her social media the way she was being instructed to. She wasn't being controversial on her page. She wasn't being opinionated when it came to, well, not that I seen anyway. I didn't see any. If somebody else did, please correct me. Politics, religion, any of the arguments we see going on in Washington or, wherever. She wasn't doing that. Not that I seen. What she was doing, though, was everything that the higher ups in Lavelle will tell you to do. You post about how, you don't post about your problems either. So according to the top leaders in Lavelle, us Thrive promoters, we don't have problems according to our social media. Not at all. You've seen that with Shanann. No problems being posted, except for towards the end there about the nut allergies. And it was to my understanding that was in a group. I think if I recall right, somebody had screenshotted, and I think that was in a group. It wasn't even on her own personal page. Correct me if I'm wrong on that too, please. Please correct me if I'm wrong about that. So when she did post about that, she probably felt safe and secure because, when you go into those groups, they're supposed to be private, right? What goes on in the group stays in the group, kind of like Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, that's not the case in today's society. We got the capabilities to screenshot, and that got screenshotted, and I seen it. I seen it. So that's exactly what Shanann was doing. She wanted to be successful, and from what I understand, she was successful. So and it was also, to my understanding, she had just hit 80K in the beginning of June, I think it was. And I'll tell you what, if you can get up to be an 80K in Lavelle, you are doing really good. You are doing good. You got a lot of people underneath of you, and you got a really nice sized team. You're probably, and what she was working with a lot of people because, if you remember, a lot of the people that they interviewed that were her friends were also with the same company. So you see, but there's always that same aspect that, every day the chase is constantly on, keep that chase going. And then once you get somebody taking Thrive, because if you're taking the product yourself, you can refer to people and, it sounds like you're going out there and you're doing it, but no, you're really not. So I'll just tell you guys how it works real quick. Okay. So say, you contact me and you're like, hey, I want to Thrive. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, let's get you going. Here's my site. I'm going to tell you how to order. I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to explain to you. The auto ship isn't going to lock you into nothing. Don't be afraid of the auto ship. Just go ahead and order underneath of it. And then now your order's coming on the way. I'm going to ask you when you get your order and the first day you take it, I'm going to want you to take a picture of you wearing your sticker. Whether or not we do anything with it right away ain't the point, but I still want that picture. And then I'm going to check in with you and I'm going to ask you, hey, how you feeling? And I honestly do want to know, how are you feeling? I want to know what are you experiencing? So you're going to tell me, and just as soon as I hear you say, I love it. I absolutely love this product. I don't know how I was able to function in life without it, because quite honestly, the product works that good, and it makes you, when you start feeling your best, I remember the first time I was like, how in the world did I ever get through the teenage years without Thrive? How did I do that? Oh, so anyway, that's no joke, you guys. Honest to God, that is no joke. So once you tell me I love the product, now I'm going to be like, oh my God, that is amazing. Good. That's another thing you notice. The Lavelle, I mean, come on. I'm sure you guys all, everybody, I'm sure, has somebody on their Facebook that has somebody that thrives. Or, yeah, amazing. That word is used a lot. Amazing. It is amazing. Or beyond amazing. And I can remember when I first became a promoter, I actually had one of my uncles reach out to me. Oh, he's gone now. Bless his heart. Oh, I miss him so much. He's gone. So, but he reached out to me one day and he was like, you remind me of one of those infomercials. And I'm like, bless his heart. But that they teach you. Somebody will make a post. Somebody will create a post. Actually, I don't even know who the post creators are. All I know is somebody will make a post, and the next thing you know, everybody's using the exact same post. Everybody. So, yeah, we all do look like we're the same. We all do look like we sound the same. We all do appear like we are exactly the same. So I quit copying and pasting those posts because I was giving the impression to other people on the other side that, you know, like him, he noticed there was something different about me. He's like, what are you doing? You know, so anyway, once I hear you say, I love the product, then I'm going to be like, that's great. Who do you know that you think could benefit from the product? You know, and, now you're going to tell me, you know, my best friend, my mom, my dad, whatever, you're going to tell me, and I'm going to say, get them on the phone with me. 3-way me. You know, so like now you're going to like, boop, 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 call them. You're going to hit the talk button, get them on the phone. You're going to be like, hey, so-and-so, this is my friend, Flawed and Happy. And, you know, I'm going to let her tell you more about the product because she's been taking it longer than I have. And she knows more about the product than what I do. I just started taking it. But I'm going to let her explain it to you. So now I'm going to tell them exactly what Thrive is. I'm going to tell them what they can expect by taking Thrive. I'm going to ask them, do you have any questions? 9 times out of 10, they say no because they don't know me. And I'm a total stranger. And they're just like, who is this girl? And, you know, and now they're looking at their phone like, why did you just put me on the phone with this total stranger? I want to hear about the product from you. Like, honest to God, this is the way it goes, you guys. Like, for real. And it is so hard to get people on the phone. Well, with today's technology, now we're using Facebook Messenger. So, you can actually open up a Facebook Messenger. You can create a group. You can put yourself in it, and you can put that other person, and then they can put that other person in it. So now you can just type it, or you can hold the talk thing and you can just talk out what you're saying, and people are more comfortable with that. So once that started, like that happened, that made it a little bit easier. So now this is where, and I was uncomfortable with all of that from the get-go. Like I was just uncomfortable with putting people on the phone with people I didn't even know. But now I'm expected to like be like, yeah. So we have in the company what's called a 200K. And your 200K is supposed to be your top leader. And those are the people that you're supposed to be doing 3-way calls with. Well, back then. It's probably changed now, maybe. This was back in 2015. And then in 16, I was still trying. And in 17, I was just like, I don't know about this. I'll just take the product. So now my 200K, I could tell you many stories about her, but I just got to a point where I didn't even want to work with her anymore. I didn't want to be known to be associated with her. She's not the type of person that I would probably necessarily become friends with. And then she did something that was really, really wicked. Downright wicked to another person. And I did not agree with it. A lot of people didn't agree with it. She lost a good portion of her team underneath of her, me being one of them. I kept my account, but from that point on, I was just like, I'm done promoting. I'm done. I'm just going to keep taking the product. So now, once you start putting me in touch with people, now this is the referring to, you get your product for free. You are going to put them in touch with me, and if they order, they're going to go underneath of you. You need 2 people in 1 calendar month, and you're going to get the average of those 2 orders in free credit. So that's why they say you can Thrive for free. So that's a cool part. Like, honestly, that's cool because who doesn't like free stuff? I do. So, yeah, that's legit. Like, seriously legit. So now my 200K in my company, I was on a call one time and I was being told, this came from the CEOs directly. It was one of our monthly corporate calls. And this was directly from the CEOs saying, brag your 200K up. Talk about how great your 200K is. Tag your 200K and, talk great about them. Really brag them up in the company. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't even necessarily care for my 200K. I don't agree with some of the stuff that she does. I don't agree with how she does it. I can't do fake and phony. I can't. If I were to try to do fake and phony, I would have a stomach ache for real. And then when my 200K did do what she did, at New Orleans one year, I mean, it got to be dramatic. And I'm like, pooh, I can't do drama either. Or petty. I can't do petty either. You know, gosh, I sound so intolerant, don't I? But you know, that's the network marketing world. I mean, that's it. That's it. I was going to say in a nutshell, but my gosh, this video got to be 45 minutes long. And you guys, that's what Shanann had to deal with. You know, that is what she was doing. But we all have a choice to be there. You know, when you join a company, there's nothing that locks you into that company. It's not something you have to do. It's not something you have to stay with. She loved the product, and I honestly believe she loved the product. The business is legit. It honestly is. You can make money. You can make a lot of money. You really can. And I can tell you, with Shanann hitting 80K, she was already making really good money being a 40K, but when she hit 80K, and I do believe, if I remember right, she did that in the beginning of June. And so her household didn't even get to feel the effects of what that 80K paycheck every single week was going to do for their household. Their financial problems were, there was definitely light at the end of the tunnel, I can tell you that. And that's no joke. So, yeah, Shanann definitely, she worked her tail off. And that is why you see her out there. Oh, bless her soul. You know, you've seen her out there on social media as often and doing as much as what she did on social media. You know, she was working on her business. She was working on building relationships with people. And I also believe, too, that she also did a lot of that. So her family, you know, and Chris's family as well, could see the kids. You know, it was their only way to be able to see them daily, you know. So I'm sure her family is extremely grateful that she did do that. You know, I know I sure would be. If I know I would. You know, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she will post pictures, and I don't tell her this, and she don't know I have a YouTube channel, but maybe one day if she comes across this, I want to just tell you, hey baby girl, it's mama, your crazy mama. So I'm just going to tell you now what I do every time I see you post pictures on your social media. I save them. And I take them and I store them in my devices. Yeah, so I'm that mom. Anyway, you guys, I wanted to share that with you, you know, because a lot of people don't understand what network marketing is, and they think it's a scam. I'm not going to say all businesses are not legit. I'm sure there's some out there that aren't. But I can tell you that the company that Shanann was with, yeah, it is a legitimate company. It really is. You know, and by being a part of the company, you have to decide whether or not you want to try to get, you know, somewhere within the company. And if you do, you are going to be told how to do it. And that's how you do it. You know, that's what you're going to be told. I mean, and that's what this video is about. And you know, and that's my experience with being with the company. I mean, I just I don't know. I'm just not the type of person to just constantly be in people's faces, especially if they're not even interested in it. It's like, okay, you know, why? If somebody doesn't want something, I mean, you like can't pound it into them. You know, although I do feel really bad for some people though that like they're not open to the idea of learning about it though, because the product can really help you in a lot of regards, a lot of regards. You know, I get some people that say to me, because I have been, okay, now I'm going to get a little bit personal. So I've been taking the product since October 1st of 2015. And some people you will see that are taking Thrive, like Chris, he lost, what did he say? How many pounds? 70 or 80 pounds, something like that. Okay, you guys, I haven't experienced weight loss like that. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I have came to the conclusion, a woman of my age and all the different things that have been out there during my lifetime that I have tried, I have just came to the conclusion I'm not going to lose weight simply by taking a product. You know, look at Chris. He was working out. But one thing that Thrive will do is if you are looking to build muscle mass, boom, you're going to get that muscle mass. It is, but I don't work out. So here I am, just being honest. So yeah, like I haven't experienced a lot of weight loss. I've experienced some during certain times, but I'm going to tell you guys, I like tacos. I like tacos a lot. I like food. Okay? I like food, and life is short, and God, enjoy it while you're here. Yeah. So, but people do lose weight, but you got to be committed to that. Like you really do. I mean, you got to be committed to changing the way you eat, eliminating some foods and replacing it with, other foods. And, you got to get more active. I don't know. Anytime your calorie intake is less than your output, you're going to lose weight. Just keep that in mind. You're going to lose weight. Lately, my calorie intake has been more because I'm in a cold climate and I don't work outside that often anymore. So, yeah. All right, you guys, I am really starting to ramble on now, but yeah, don't come down and don't look down on Shanann for her posts that she did or how often or the oversharing, because she was doing it for a reason. She was a hardworking woman and she was trying to make ends meet. She was trying to provide for her family, and she also had a husband that didn't appreciate that. He said it in his February 18th interview. He said he hated it. My husband does too. I get it. I understand. And I won't do that to my husband. And my husband knows that. I'm going to respect him for that. And I have respected him for that. And, and sometimes I feel as though I've even maybe exploited my own family in certain ways, because I too, the Thrive K comes out for kids. And I'm right away taking a picture of my youngest daughter. And I'm like, oh, look. And my kids, my daughter, she's like, oh, okay, mommy's smiling. She's happy. I'm going to do this for her. Honestly, my daughter didn't even like the Thrive K. She didn't know that at the time I took the picture because it just came that day. But that's another thing they tell you. Take a picture of your box. Take a picture opening up your box. Take a picture of your brand new products. Get people curious. Keep them, get them excited. And I did it too. I did it too, you guys. I did everything they were telling me. And in the end, I get a message from one of my favorite uncles saying, you sound like an infomercial. What are you doing? God, I miss that man. I miss him so much. But you know what? So don't come down on her because she's providing for her family, for real. And I know what it's like. I really do. And she believed in the product. She believed in the company. She believed in what she did. And for good reason, because the product it works, it's legit, and the company is legit, and you can make money if you really want to, Just because you join the company doesn't necessarily mean you have to do what she was doing. You don't have to. They're suggestions, like you're being told, if you want to be successful, so yeah. So, all right, you guys, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and we will continue this series. Next up, how about if we talk about in-laws? Maybe. I don't know if I'm ready to go on that one yet. We'll see. Just thanks for being here. Thanks for being here a lot. I greatly appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys soon. Bye.